Typhoon Krathon intensifies, Taiwan on high alert. Police officer killed in patrol incident, suspect arrested. Ko Wen-je allegedly involved in bribery scheme via proxy donations. U.S. approves $567 million in military support for Taiwan. Man gets life in prison in Russia over car bomb. Japanese man acquitted of 1966 murders after decades on death row. Van Gogh's Sunflowers targeted again with soup in UK. Coldplay tickets resold in India for up to $10,000.
Hello, I'm Wei Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Tuesday, October 1st, and here are your top stories. In local news, the Central Weather Bureau has issued the sea and land warning as Typhoon Krathon strengthens into a severe typhoon. Moving slowly northward, the storm is expected to impact Taiwan directly, possibly making landfall in the south tomorrow. Warnings has been extended to Penghu, Yunlin, and Hualien as the storm's effect on Taiwan becomes more significant. Late on September 30th, Liu Zhongxing, chief of Qingsui Police Station in New Taipei City, was dragged for 500 meters and killed while trying to stop a vehicle. The suspect, a woman with a drug record, fled the scene but was arrested earlier the next day. Investigators uncovered the People's Party chairman Kerwin-se allegedly accepted bribes in 2 stages through political donations. 5 employees from the Wei Qing group admitted they were instructed by their superiors to donate cash to the party's fund under their names, unaware it was bribery. The probe revealed a total of 2.1 million NT dollars was funneled in 2020 using 7 employees as proxies. And in global news, United States President Joe Biden has approved $567 million in new defense support for Taiwan. In a brief statement on Sunday, the White House said Biden had delegated the Secretary of State to direct the drawdown of up to $567 million in defense article and services of the Department of Defense and military education and training to provide assistance to Taiwan. While the U.S. does not have formal diplomatic relations with Taiwan, it is Taipei's most significant international backer and arms supplier.
China has repeatedly demanded that Washington stop selling weapons to Taipei, which it claims as its territory. In April, the U.S. approved billions of dollars in military aid for Taiwan as China stepped up military and political pressure on the island. Beijing accuses Washington of meddling in its internal affairs with its support for the democratic island. Taipei has complained of delayed U.S. arms deliveries, including for upgraded F-14 fighter jets. China has not renounced the use of force to bring Taiwan under its control and has also ramped up rhetoric about unification being inevitable. Taiwan rejects China's claims and says the people of the island should be the ones to choose their future.
A Russian court on Monday sentenced Alexander Permyakov, convicted of a car bombing that seriously wounded nationalist writer Zakhar Prilipin, to life in prison. Prosecutors said the May 2023 bombing in the Nizhny Novgorod region was carried out at the direction of Ukraine's security services. Prilipin was seriously injured and his driver died in the bombing. The convicted defendant is from Ukraine's eastern Donbas region and once fought with the Russian-backed separatists there.
Prilipin was known for his strong defense of Russia-backed eastern Ukraine rebels and Russia's military actions since February 2022. Since then, 2 prominent nationalist figures have been killed. Daria Dugina, a commentator on Russian TV channels and the daughter of Kremlin-linked ideologue Alexander Dugin, died in an August 2022 car bombing that investigators believe was aimed at her father. Vladlen Tatovsky, a well-known military blogger, died in April 2023 when a statue given to him at a party in St. Petersburg exploded. Russian political activist Daria Trepova was convicted in the case and sentenced to 27 years. She said she was following orders from a contact in Ukraine.
A Japanese man believed to have spent the longest time on death row globally was acquitted on Thursday in a retrial for the 1966 murders of 4 people, concluding his family's longest fight for justice over a wrongful conviction. Iwo Hakamata, 88, spent 48 years behind bars and 45 years waiting execution before being released in 2014 when a court ordered a retrial due to doubt about the evidence used to convict him. On Thursday, the Shizuoka District Court acquitted the former boxer. Prosecutors have 10 days to appeal the decision.
Hakamata's 91-year-old sister, Hideko, told a news conference afterward that she was so moved and happy with the verdict, adding, "I could not stop crying." Her brother had been found guilty of killing his company manager and his 3 family members and setting fire to their home. Although he briefly confessed to the killings, he retracted it and pleaded innocent during the trial, but was still sentenced to death in 1968. One of the judges who sentenced him petitioned the Supreme Court for a retrial in 2008, but the plea was rejected. He was released from prison in 2014 when a court ordered a retrial, citing evidence that suggested his conviction was based on fabricated accusations by investigators, but he was not yet cleared.
The gallery stated that a soup-like substance had been thrown over both sunflowers, resulting in the arrest of 3 people. The Just Stop Oil group claimed it staged a sign of defiance after 2 of its activists were jailed early on Friday for throwing soup at the 1888 sunflower painting in October 2022. These attacks are the latest in a series of protests by the group, which seeks to end the extraction and burning of oil, coal, and gas, prompting an increasing hardline from the authorities.
Phoebe Plummer and Anna Holland were convicted in July of criminal damage after pouring tomato soup over the screen protecting the still-life masterpiece. Plummer was sentenced to 2 years in prison on Friday, while Holland received a 20-month sentence. Both had pleaded not guilty. The National Gallery reported that the protesters caused approximately £10,000 in damage to the frame, but the painting itself was unharmed. Just Stop Oil has staged several high-profile stunts in recent years. In July 2022, protesters glued themselves to the frame of John Constable's The Hay Wain, also in the National Gallery. 5 activists, including the group's founder, were sentenced to 4 to 5 years in prison for conspiring to plan protests that blocked the M25 motorway surrounding London.
Coldplay is set to perform 3 shows of their Music of the Sphere World Tour in Mumbai next year, with tickets being sold for obscene amounts on reselling platforms after selling out in minutes. The tickets went on sale last Sunday and were priced from 2,500 rupees to 12,000 rupees. More than 10 million people competed to buy approximately 180,000 tickets. Fans complained about hour-long digital queues and site crashes, and many alleged that the sales were rigged, as resellers began selling tickets for 5 times the price before they were released on the official site.
Earlier this month, a similar situation occurred with tickets for Oasis concert in the UK, where resellers charged more than £350 for tickets that originally cost £135. However, the inflated prices of Coldplay tickets stand out even more. To put this in perspective, Madonna charged £1,306.75 for VIP passes to her celebration tour, and the best tickets for Beyoncé's Renaissance concerts sold for £2,400. These events have sparked a conversation around ticket scalping in India, where people use bots or automation tools to bypass queues and purchase multiple tickets to resell on various platforms. BMS has denied any association with resellers and urged fans to avoid tickets from unauthorized sources, as they could be fake, but this hasn't stopped people from viewing the site with suspicion.
The answer for yesterday was C, garner. The athlete worked hard to garner widespread recognition for her achievements. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of U.S. approves $567 million in military support for Taiwan. Number 1, delegate, 委托授权. The manager delegated tasks to her team to ensure the project was completed on time. Number 2, renounce, 声明放弃,拒绝. He renounced his claim to the inheritance, choosing to give it all to charity. Number 3, unification, 统一合并. The unification of the 2 companies created one of the largest corporations in the industry. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comments section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all from today's Funday News. Be sure to tune in to Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Wei Li, your host. I'll see you next time.